Good afternoon and welcome. Grab your stuffy, grab your blanket. It's time for a breakdown. This is the Breakdown at Noon, and we are bringing you the latest with the entertainment news, with movie reviews, and a wild, wacky sports weekend.
Yeah.
I am BS. I am one of the co-pilots on this journey of madness, surrounded as always by the voice of smooth jazz, Mr. Ben Tilley. And we have got the resident, the movie critic, the expert of the 5-star rating, Miss Eyla, bringing it in. What do you guys say today? What we got going on?
Well, I have to say, you nailed that intro. Nice one. I love that. Hey, it's so good to be with you guys today. For those who don't know me, my name is Ben Tilley, and I am a graduate of Riverview High School, class of 2025. And, you know, it's so good to be here, and we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff today, including some sports, Eyla, some movies, Brandyn, BS, some entertainment. Also talk about BS, too. But, Eyla, I'll pass it on to you.
I just realized that you and me, all of our school mascots, we've hit land, air, and sea. Because our middle school, elementary, pre-K, whatever, your shock
You're
face.
right.
Yeah, we were Mustangs, and then high school we're Sharks, and now HC we're Hawks. I think that's really cool.
You're right. So, yeah.
Got that multifaceted attack going on. So I hope you guys had a good weekend. I hope everybody was able to get in what they wanted to do. And I know, Mr. Tilley, that you have kind of a weekend update that we're going to get through.
Indeed.
But based off of that intro we did, based off of what we've done, it sounds like everybody's just having a smooth day today.
Yeah.
And keeping that going as we get ready for the rest of the upcoming show, we want everybody kick back, relax, and enjoy the hit from Santana featuring Rob Thomas, Smooth.
Oh, I like your shirt.
Welcome back to the Breakdown at Noon. Guys, I don't know about you, but coming live from the Bill Brown Recording Studios here at HCC, the Ybor campus, as part of the broadcast team. This is one of my favorite parts of the day right here, just being able to sit down, kick back, and go. We are smooth riding. And it is time for the Breakdown at Noon entertainment breakdown. So, as usual, we're going to kick this off and we're going to wish a happy birthday. And if you guys could softly sing happy birthday in the background for me, that would really help this segment. If you're... There we go. Here we go. If everybody has a birthday today, happy birthday to you. We hope you have a fantastic day. If your birthday is today, you will be excited to know that you share a birthday with the following people. First, Mr. Ralph Lauren, the designer, the man who has put so many good styles out there, turns 85 today. Stephen A. Smith, coming from the ESPN, the host of those broadcast channels, turns 57. For all the younger listeners out there, Jelly, the YouTube star, turns 28 today. And for your historical birthday, because we aim to enlighten and enrich here, we want to wish you a happy birthday as you share it with Dwight D. Eisenhower, military general, former president. You guys are stacked on the birthday side today. So, for entertainment, did you guys catch anything coming out of entertainment news this weekend?
I didn't, no.
Not really?
Mm-mm.
So, I'll start with kind of the one that was everywhere. The actress and phenomenal person, Miss Diane Keaton, unfortunately passed away on October 11th. She was in the movies Father of the Bride, Godfather Part 3, First Wives Club, Annie Hall. Overall, spectacular actress. There we go. Had to get that one out. And multi-award winner. She passed with her family and friends in California. Apparently, there was some unexpected health issues, it sounded like, and kind of went downhill quick. And with that, there really hasn't been any cause of death that has been reported. But as soon as we find out that, much like the Nicole Kidman situation coming with that divorce, as we get more news, we will be more than happy to bring it forward to you. Continuing on with the sad news, according to Euronews.com, MTV across Europe by the end of 2025 will be officially pulled off of the air. This brings an end to the channels such as MTV Music, MTV 80s, MTV 90s, Club MTV, MTV Live. This is coming about based on a cost-cutting effort from the Paramount Global Group, who owns MTV. They are trying to lower their costs and become more deal-friendly as they get ready to merge with Skydance Media. Now, MTV first aired here in the U.S. in 1981, and do you guys have any idea what their very first video or song was that they played?
Was it Madonna?
It was not.
Ooh,
though
that's
she
a
was
good guess.
huge at that time. It was Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles.
That's
And
so good.
now with the rise of streaming and Spotify and these music apps, now the radio star has officially killed the video star.
Wow.
Because you're seeing less and less music videos being produced to be put on TV. They're going to YouTube and these other platforms. So it's kind of almost fitting in a way. MTV said, hey, we're video, we're going to kill radio. Radio took on another shape, another face, much like us sitting here broadcasting not on FM but through internet radio, still bringing these same songs forward. So they said that MTV will still put out the VMAs, which we talked about before. You remember that one?
Do.
Probably one of our funniest segments
Honestly,
I think we ever
probably,
had on this show was when we did that part.
Yep.
So that was fantastic. And when we're taking a look at it, what do you guys think about that? How much is that going to kind of influence your life and the way that you guys, I guess, consume media, the way you look at it?
I mean, I love music videos. I just love seeing like the cinematography of it, the artistic choices that the artists make. Like, how does this song, like when you listen to it, how do you see it? I think it's really cool. But I know that MTV hasn't been, music videos for a while. So I wonder at some point if it's going to come back full circle and then video's going to kill the radio star again.
It definitely seems like it's a cyclical thing. Sometimes the TV outgrows box office, so more people watch on streaming. But now there's been kind of that resurgence of achieving the movie experience. And as that changes, it's interesting because what was old is new again, now going to radio and everything like that. So next, I guess we can... Oh, this is going to be fun. All right. So for everybody who's kind of listened in over the past couple weeks, you know that we introduced a new segment at the end of the entertainment, which is Florida News. A lot of times it's Florida Man, but Florida News. So, are you guys ready for this one? Because I can see you guys already.
I want to hear this.
Yes,
I want to hear this one.
Today in Florida News, brought to you by the Breakdown at Noon.
NBS.
Bow, bow. All right. In Polk County, there was recently a giant undercover sting that went down, codenamed Operation Skin So Soft. Based on this Polk County investigation and vice detectives, 21 individuals were arrested at 12 different Asian massage parlors for getting a little bit too friendly with their customers.
Oh, dear.
So, that is an awkward silence coming off of you guys there.
I voted for a different thing. So the listeners know I did not want this story. I wanted the other one. And
also, so the listeners know, I had no influence in the voting of this. It was determined in a very contentious game of rock, paper, scissors, in which Mr. Tilley won 2-0 on that one.
I am the master at rock, paper, scissors, and I hadn't played it in about a year. I'm sorry, Eyla.
You remember the last time you played? You keep track of when you play rock, paper, scissors?
No, I just know I hadn't played it in a while.
All right. Cool.
So let that be established as a challenge to anyone who is listening. We're going to come up and find a date when we're going as a broadcast group. And if you want to take Mr. Tilley down in rock, paper, scissors, I will 100% referee that match. And
what have you done?
What have you done? Dude, I bring chaos. That's what I do.
That's true.
It's ingrained in me. I can't really do anything else with it. So with the undercover investigation and everything, you gotta wonder, did the vice cops say, hey, do you do extra? And when they go yes, do they wait for it to hand over the money at completion? Or do they do it like they do in the movies where, hey, big boy, what do you want to do? What can $100 get me? And then the minute they say it, they're like, clink, put on the bracelets.
I really don't know. But I sort of in the same thing of seeing people, trying to bait people, be like, I'm looking for a specific type of something.
Yeah.
And it's really funny where the people are like, the officers might have the wrong person and the other person is just confused and scared. We're like, what are you talking about? I think it's really funny.
My favorite thing is, are you a cop? If you're a cop, you got to tell me you're a cop. No. And then they just stare at you and you're like, yeah, the Gatorade flavors by proper name, not by color. You're a cop. 100%.
I didn't realize that they had names. I thought it was just blue.
See, and that's what an average person thinks.
It's called Cool Blue.
You're a cop, ain't you?
You dress like an off-duty one. My gosh.
Walking, you're not fooling anyone with your polo shirts and your
Right.
golf shorts.
And your khakis.
All right. That's. Look, why don't we move on from the Florida news segment? BS, would you please take us to our first music break?
I will take us to our first music break. Coming
go
up
vomit.
after this music break, we're going to have Miss Eyla with her movie review. Woo! It's Tuesday morning. It's early. Until then, please enjoy the Back to the Old House by the Smiths.
That was Back to the Old House by the Smiths, and you are listening to The Breakdown on HC Hawk Radio along with BS and Eyla. My name is Ben Tilley. Thank you so much for tuning in. I tell you, I got that thing mastered down.
I'm telling you, that's why I call you the smooth jazz voice. You're right there with it.
I'm right there. I like doing that too, because if it while it's subtle and while it's soft, it has the listeners come in and be like, oh, that was a nice music break. I can't wait to hear what they're going to talk about next. I guarantee you every single listener is feeling that way right now.
Kick back, relax. And what do we have coming up next, Miss Eyla?
Guys, keeping with sort of the Halloween theme, this
Coming up.
film is not exactly Halloween, but it is frightening. Maybe that's not the right word. It's a little eerie. This is not, it's a movie. It's a short film called The Big Shave. It's directed by, and also written by, Martin Scorsese. I'm sure that you guys have heard of it. And
I have.
I actually want you guys to guess how long this short film is.
Okay. So we were talking about this in planning. So short film, Halloween adjacent.
Unsettling adjacent.
Unsettling adjacent. Okay. Short film. I'm going to guess 15 minutes.
Brandon?
I'm going to go 6.
Brandon, you are correct. It is 6 minutes. Wow. Did you know that? Did you know?
I just want to throw out a shout out to the film instructor, Mr. Sims, because he drilled short film length into our mind with that last semester we did, and so it kind of jumped on that one.
Yes. Okay. The Big Shave from 1967, so pretty early in Martin Scorsese's career. And again, a small cast. There's only one, actor named Peter Bernuth. And also, I was looking up on IMDb and Letterboxd. This is the only thing this man has ever acted in. So I find that pretty interesting. But
Right.
the plot. Again, it's only 6 minutes, so not a lot to explain, but also there's a lot to explain.
Right.
So, a young man shaves himself until he bleeds. A lot. Yeah, I see you guys' faces. Are you guys okay if I mention, blood?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was just thrown off guard by that.
Yeah.
Please continue.
So, a short movie, short film. I've seen this film before, once or twice. And I watched it on, streaming platforms, as we were just talking about. I watched it on HBO Max. And something that I hadn't really seen before is that sometimes when you're watching a movie, you finish, you get to the end, and the credits, it kind of puts the movie screen up into a top corner, and you don't get to watch the whole credits.
Right.
And so I was I wanted to see what the character's name was, because he's not addressed. He doesn't talk. There's only one song playing in the background of it. And so I looked, and his character's name is as Young Man. And then I noticed something at the bottom of the screen, and it says Viet 67, referencing the Vietnam War. And so I was curious. I've seen this movie before, but I never had reached the end. And so I was digging, I was looking into it. And so there are different versions of the movie where, they never were, they didn't make it to the final cut. But Martin Scorsese was going to have, footage from the Vietnam War, at the end of the movie. And so I was seeing that and looking that up, everything kind of clicked in the movie. It starts off with close-up shots of this very clean white bathroom, shots of the tub, the mirror, the sink, a little drop coming out of the sink, very artsy fartsy and stuff. And then before the young man enters, the screen kind of fades to white, and then comes into the door. And so small things that I wasn't I just thought it was just a random director's creative choice.
Right.
And so after that, the young man enters the bathroom, and he grabs the razor and shaving cream out of the medicine cabinet, and he starts putting the shaving cream on, and he starts shaving, and he's fine. Then he puts on a little bit more. And then he starts shaving a little bit more. He accidentally nicks himself by his cheek, a little bit by his nose, and it's tiny, tiny specks of blood. Right. But then he just keeps going, and you see the blood is darker, and it's long, and it's a lot of blood, and it's his facial expressions. He doesn't wince in pain. It's he has no facial expressions. It's really a lot of nothingness. And then it just keeps going, and then he rinses off the razor, and it mixes the blood and the shaving cream to pink and stuff, and he just keeps going. Ben, I see your face. And then towards the end, he does, it's the big shave, so there's the big cut. And so if you guys are freaked out by blood and cutting a little bit, I guess fair warning. He takes the razor and he goes, all the way across, classic, like, I'm going to slice your head off type move.
And this is a 6-minute short film.
6 minutes.
Just a reminder.
From 1967. And then there's, like, you just see, like, the shots of, like, from his right side, from the front of his face, to the left side, of him just, like, doing, the big cut. And you just see, like, the blood flowing and down his shirt, and it's dripping by his feet. And then he just, like, walks out of the bathroom. And then the scene, like, fades to red, and then you see the credits. And then when I saw the V867, I did, like, the research and stuff, and it clicked. The reason it's, all of these metaphors, he's a young man, and in 1967, the Vietnam War was still happening. And Vietnam War started in 1954 and ended in 1975. That's 21 years. World War IV was 4 years. World War II was 6 years.
Oh boy.
What happened to 3 through 5?
Yeah, whoa.
I'm so no.
Whoa.
But 6 years, like, 21 years is a long time. I mean, technically, the Cold War went on for, longer than that. But it was a political rivalry. It's the same, but, not really the same. And so we can think about, like, the white bathroom at the beginning. White means things like purity, innocence, referencing maybe the innocence of this young man who was then drafted to go fight in Vietnam for something, the Vietnam War was heavily protested, we know this. And then his expressions of, like, nothingness, it's a little bit of, like, just solemn. It's a lot of blood. So, and blood, the color red represents a lot of things, anger, and this, it's a color of blood, which associates with violence.
Yes.
The violence of, war, it's definitely not a happy-go-lucky thing.
Sure.
But, like, I think, it's starting off small and ending with something, the big shave. It's just, really sorry to bring down the mood after.
No,
not at all.
No.
But this is, the most artsy-fartsy thing.
Yeah.
And I find it really interesting. This is what I like. And I think,
It's your segment. It's your
It is my
segment. It's
segment.
what you want to talk about. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, going back a little bit, let's rate it. We got 5-star review coming. 5 stars to choose from or select from.
Okay.
1 through 5. Rate it on your
Okay.
scale.
So, I've seen this movie before.
Okay.
The first time I watched it, I gave it a 3. But then I explained I didn't see the credits. I didn't understand. I didn't know, like, the deeper meaning. I wasn't alive in 1967. I didn't know what was going on. I had no clue. I thought this guy was like, man, he really doesn't know how to shave. Should probably, get someone to tell him how. Like, hey, maybe it's okay to nick yourself once or twice, but that's a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe, fix that. But now, knowing everything, I give it 5 stars.
Whoa.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that might be the first one for the show.
Definitely first one.
Because
Yeah.
I love, a lot of bad movies and stuff, and I give those high scores because I enjoy it, but they're not always, what's the word I'm looking for?
They're
They
not
don't-
always great.
They're
Some
not
of them
always
are
great.
fun. Some of them are entertaining. But there is a level to movie making.
Mm-hmm.
Scorsese, Spielberg, Ridley Scott, they
Yeah.
like doing epic things and they like making it larger than life. Whereas like your Marvel movies, your DCs are 100% more based off
Yeah.
of the thrill of it.
So, Ben, I give this 5 stars. There's a deep meaning. It was entertaining to watch, and it does what art should do, and it makes you think.
And that's something interesting that you said. Like when you first watched it, 3 stars, but then you looked at the credits. That's big because if you're looking at a movie firsthand, you watch it first and you don't really like it. You give it 2 or 3 stars out of 5, but you didn't watch the credits. You go back and watch it again and then watch the credits. You might have a better understanding and you might like it even more. That's big.
I think it's not so much that you like it more, you appreciate it more.
There you
you
go.
appreciate what they put into it. And speaking of appreciating, we're going to go with kind of a modern classic on this one that we can all appreciate, even little AS as she is listening in. Ladies and gentlemen, kick back with Pearl Jam and Even Flow.
Welcome back. You're listening to Breakdown at Noon on Hawk Radio. My name is Eyla, and that was Even Flow by Pearl Jam.
Such a fantastic song. Then we had a crazy weekend in sports. We are getting into NHL season. We're getting ready for the NBA to kick off on the 22nd. We've got the college sports here at Hillsborough College. What you got for me, brother?
Well, first off, I want to talk about college football, but seems to me that you watched a lot of college football this weekend.
I use it as a case study. Mrs. BS hates it, but now I get TV whenever I want with it. The one game that I really kind of honed in on and thought needed to be covered, ladies and gentlemen, the University of South Florida, the Bulls from here in the Bay Area, have defeated the undefeated North Texas with a score of 63-36.
Go Bulls!
That now for their conference puts them either first or second, because beating that undefeated team, that was their number one in the conference.
Right.
So now there's a conference tie.
Yep.
With that, when you take a look at that game, the Bulls had 306 yards of rushing.
Wow.
North Texas had 97.
Wow.
Interceptions, the Bulls threw 1 interception. North Texas threw 3. You'll see when you look at the stats, North Texas did run the clock. They were maintaining that. But even with a lower time of possession, the Bulls put up 63 on them.
Running the clock doesn't matter if you're winning.
That's
if you're not
right.
winning, rather.
If you're putting points on the board quickly, that 20 minutes of possession doesn't matter if you have 35 on the other side. A couple more. USC this weekend upset number 15 Michigan, 31-13. Texas, I know you're going to be excited about this one. The youngest Manning, he's out there doing his thing. Texas beat Oklahoma, major Red River rivalry game, 23-6 this weekend. That's kind of, and of course, my Florida Gators dropped to 2-4, 1-2 in the SEC. But moving on, we're going to go talk about pro sports. Ben, what you got?
I'm so sorry for your Florida Gators. I'm very sorry. You know what's funny is that you know what, I want to get into that when I talk about my second thing, because I will talk about, because my a friend of mine was talking about the Gators this weekend.
Right.
All right, so we're gonna move on to NFL. So starting off with the Titans versus the Raiders in Las Vegas. Raiders come out on top 20-10. The Titans, with a 1-5 start, have fired head coach Brian Spyro,
our principal.
You got this.
I'm so sorry.
What a
Principal
career
Spyro.
change.
Very, very apologetic for that. Titans have fired head coach Brian Callahan. Overall, have had a head coach fire. Oh, actually, here's a little nugget for you. Reported by Adam Schefter. The last 4 QBs taken number 1 overall have had a their head coach fired during their rookie season. I bet you don't know. I just named one of them. I bet you don't know who the other 3 are. Starting off 2021, when Trevor Lawrence came into the big leagues, or the big leagues, I guess that's baseball, the big game, football with Jacksonville, Urban Meyer was fired there. 2023, Bryce Young coming into the Panthers. Frank Reich was fired there, former Colts head coach, and of course now former Panthers head coach. 2024, Caleb Williams, his rookie year with Chicago. Matt Eberflus was fired there. And, of course, now in 2025, Cam Ward, number 1 overall pick for the Tennessee Titans. Brian Callahan, fired.
Does it take a lot to get fired? I feel like it's one of the careers. Oh,
No.
I see head shakings.
No.
Oh, it's very easy.
It does not take a lot. And this is the big kicker. As a head coach, I've talked about this in the past. As a head coach, manager, whatever whatever you might be, if you're running the operations of the team, you're either going to get fired or you're waiting for the day to get fired. There is no in between. Very few coaches stay with the exact same team they started with and retire with that team. Very few coaches do that. But we're going to move on. Bears versus Commanders. Last night in Monday Night Football, doubleheader, of course. The Bears in Washington. Got the win 25-24. Second consecutive week they've won 25-24, by the way, with a Jake Moody game-winning field goal in the rain as time expired. This is now 3 wins in a row for head coach Ben Johnson. And, I was souring on Ben Johnson at the start of the year. They look okay now. 3 straight wins. They're looking a little bit more smooth, more fluid. Their pass game's working. They're starting to run some of those trick plays that Ben Johnson ran in Detroit. So they're looking good, and they're going to hang in there going forward. Moving on to around town, we got Brandon, the Tampa Bay Lightning, getting their first win of the season. They are now, I think 1-3, but they took a 2-3. They took the 1-2. Excuse me. 4-3. Again, I can't count.
Yeah, you got the score right, just not the standings. But we're good.
Yeah,
we're good.
4-3 win against the Boston Bruins.
There we go.
Go Bolts.
And for those of you who are Bolts fan, they will be playing tonight at 7 on ESPN, taking on the Washington Capitals, hoping to improve the record to 2-2. Meanwhile, Washington is going into this matchup at 2-1. So that should be
opposite records.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting start to it.
Do you know what that means? 1-2 and 2-1. Do you know how those numbers relate?
Do you know how those numbers
Yes.
relate? I mean, you've
It's a
had
word.
trouble counting
It's a word.
before.
Wow. It's a vocabulary word in math. It's called the reciprocal. The opposite.
Wow. 'cause
1 and
that's-
2, 2. Anyway, moving on.
Wow.
My Tampa Bay Buccaneers getting the win against San Francisco. The 49ers 30-19 win. They improved to 5-1. They sit atop the NFC. I'm loving what they're doing. Offensive coordinator Josh Grizzard called a perfect game last week. Great job, Grizz. Todd Bowles, again, defensive mastermind. They're starting to finally get the gist of a game of football on the defensive side, getting turnovers when they need them, stopping them on 3rd and short. They are looking really good so far as they sit atop the NFC at 5-1. I'm going to do a little hot take here with the Buccaneers. Todd Bowles will become the Buccaneers' winningest head coach in history. He just passed Bruce Arians. He's now in 4th place. You kind of take a look at what they might do this year, how many wins they might get. They're already 5-1. They need 5 more wins to get where they were last year at 10 wins, because remember, they went 10-7 last year. So I think Bowles is going to be the winningest head coach.
Could be. I'd have to go and check numbers to see where Dungy is and a few of the others and take a look at it. But he's definitely making a statement for what he wants done with this team. Baker Mayfield out there had a great interview, and they said, your attitude hasn't changed, but what's changed perception-wise? And he goes, when you're young, everybody says you're arrogant, you're cocky, but once you get a little bit older, people call it moxie. I believe that was pretty close to what he had said. So just those simple changes in mindset, I think, are really what's shaping this Tampa Bay team here.
Yeah, and finally, we're going to end it off here in NFL with the Chiefs and the Lions. 30-17 win for Kansas City. Detroit's linebacker Brian Branch punched KC wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster for some bizarre reason after the game. It was reported by Adam Schefter via X that Branch has been suspended 1 game. The Bucs play the Lions on Monday. Could be a huge loss for Detroit. Now, there's also reports out there on X via every single sports reporter that Branch is going to appeal the suspension. So it's possible he still may play on Monday night.
Was it kind of like a Will Smith, Chris Rock type of situation, or?
It was an interesting one.
It
You
was.
could tell there was some jaw-jacking going on.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you just see Branch come out of like the bottom left of the screen and kapow!
Yep.
Hit him with a slobber knocker of a punch, took him to the ground, and then the gentleman from the Chiefs got up, decided he wanted to trying to keep the fight going, and then got thrown on his back. So
Branch won the battle.
Branch was going with and talking about punches, talking about slams, we're going to take our last music break with something that gentleman from the Chiefs can probably relate to. This is Can't Feel My Face by The Weeknd. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was I Can't Feel My Face by The Weeknd. You're tuned in listening to the Breakdown at Noon live on Hawk Radio from the Bill Brown Recording Studio. We're cruising, we're jamming. We're going to talk about some community news and notes right now. And Mr. Tilley, I know you've got someone or something that you did this weekend. Tell me about it. I'm kind of curious to hear this.
Yeah, real quickly before we go into community engagement, because we're wrapping up here. We're short on time. We wish we could stay with you guys forever. Unfortunately, we can't. But real quick, I just want to give a shout out to a guy who's played a lot of golf in his life, first of all. He's at times on live broadcast, I believe, on Spectrum Bay News 9. I believe he's on a segment or two. I don't know how often he does it. His name is Todd Wright. He's a great guy, great human being. He runs his own mini golf tour. So basically, if anyone out there is a decent golfer and feels like they want to be competitive for a few 1 month out of the few that he does tournaments, 'cause I think he does 4 a year. Contact Todd Wright. He has tournaments. He does random formats. Sometimes it's scramble, sometimes it's shamble. The tournament coming up in December is going to be a good versus evil tournament, and I am really looking forward to that one because he's got a bunch of gimmicks that he does on one set of 9 holes, and then the other set of 9 holes is just regular. But it's so fun. Good versus. I've only played one tournament in good versus evil because I've played I think maybe 8 or 9 of his tournaments. And it's so fun. So big shout out to you, Todd. Thank you so much for. I played in an event of his on his tour this past weekend, and it was just an amazing. I won closest to the pin actually on hole number 4 at Plantation Palms Golf Club, and won some cool prizes. Oh, you get to win prizes too if you play well. So,
Nice.
I like prizes.
Yeah. So really, shout out to you, Todd. Thanks for another great tournament. Eyla, what do we got in community engagement?
This week on Thursday the 16th is the Ybor Arts Tour, where you can tour the Hillsborough College Ybor Dance Studio and experience live improv, behind the scenes, works in progress, and creative sharing by Hillsborough College Dance and University of Tampa Dance.
Ooh.
This is at 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the YCDC building on the second floor dance studio. Also, the theater department will host a public rehearsal of Enter the Body in the YPAB Studio Theater from 6 to 8 p.m.
Yeah, I don't think 6 to 5 would work.
All right, Brandon, what do
6,
you
7.
got?
6,
Oh
7.
my God! You did not just
I
do
did it.
that. Oh my Lord!
Did it.
Ben, you can't say anything.
Yes, I can. I
No.
know what that is.
Sure.
I'm young. I'm hip. So
I mean, when I
over-
look at you guys, I see like the same person sometimes. No offense, Brandon.
I'm insulted. What are you talking about Brandon for?
Sorry. Hey, what do you have for community? We're learning about community right now.
Here we go. There's a drum circle coming up.
Wait, don't take his thing.
Let
him
he's
do
dying
it.
over here.
He loves the
It's
drum
a drum
circle.
It's coming up. When is it? BS.
It'll be Thursday, that same time they're doing the Arts and Tour, YCDC building, 5 to 8. Come and get an energetic meditation. Learn how to work
That's
on
what I
those
need.
drums. Take that. Also, tomorrow, if you're looking for something to do in the evening time at the Dale Mabry campus for Hillsborough College, we will be having a home game of the Lady Hawks volleyball team taking on Eastern Florida State College. So if you're around town, you're looking for something to do, stop by the gymnasium, come by, see us, and if you can't make it there, tune in live on YouTube. Like, subscribe, follow the HCC, I think it's Hawk TV
I believe
on
so,
there,
yes.
and you'll see all of it live as we go worldwide. Speaking of worldwide, we are at the end of our show today. To everyone who has tuned in and listened, thank you for taking the time of your day to sit down with us, have a breakdown, and a laugh. I'm BS. I was about to say 4BS by BS. Thanks for listening. But yeah, you guys take the close. I'm out.
Yeah, my name is Ben Tilley. Thanks again for tuning in. It's been great doing this show so far. I've had a great time, and we're looking forward to next week.
My name is Alan. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you next week for Breakdown at Noon on Hawk Radio.